Beware, everyone, this chick's name is Dalmy, and Dalmy has his superpower, just like those soups. Then the boys, just like Superman, except she's not called Superman, she's called Super Nag. She is a Super Nagger. Not a Schwarzenegger, a Super Nagger. You've heard of that saying, she nagged me to death? Well, this DC can super nag you so that you'll commit someone else's death, and that's what I call a superpower. So, let's get on with this lesson. And now for the storyline. Super Nag was seeing this DC. His name is Keshroy. They hooked up and had a baby. Now, what happened was this DC's mum figured out Dalma pretty quickly and was really worried about the baby and her son. You see, DC here, he used to live with his mum and his little brother. And before the baby came along, DC's mum told him that he's not allowed to live with her if you're going to carry on seeing Dalmy. But then they got preggers, and DC's mum really worried, so she invited him and the Super Nagger back to her house to live with the baby, because she's a mum, and that's what mums do. They look after their kids. It's kind of like their priority. So now, living with them, his mum figured out that Dalmy was a real Super Nagger, so she was really worried for the baby. So she offered to adopt the little baby, because the little baby needed a mum, and she knew that she didn't have one. So you can just imagine how toxic the relationship was between this DC's mum and the Super Nagger, Dalmy. So old Dalmy, she turned on her superpowers and caused Keshroy to meet his mum. Yep, this soup was using her superpowers in the wrong way. So these two DCs waited until the mum, who was working 5 jobs to pay for everyone, to work a late shift so she would come home late, so everyone would be asleep. So that night finally came about, and they waited for the mum, and when she came back, old Keshroy pounced on her and with his rope, and left her lying face down in the front yard in the snow. Then DC went inside and woke up his little brother and says, "Hey man, go check outside. I think something's wrong with Mum," because that's normal. And it really does show you the enormous superpowers of this DC soup, that she nagged out any empathy that he would have had for his little brother, a Super Nagger. So the little brother goes outside and finds his mum dead in the snow, face down, and then rings up 911 and asks for the cops. And that kicked off the homicide squad. These detectives are about to meet a DC Super Nagger and a DC Muppet. So now, with that all said, let's go watch some super detectives go to work.
It's like arguing over the phone because...
You and your mom?
Yeah. She said she was trying to protect me by saying that I should attempt trying to file for an adoption. And I disagreed with her, and I told her that I felt like it was the wrong thing to do. And she got upset with me and said that I was disrespecting her.
Do you have any problems with your mom?
We had a little argument because she wanted me to try to get custody over my daughter.
Now, I know your girlfriend's made some comments to you that it's not a big deal that your mom's dead to her.
No, I know. They didn't get along.
You sure your girlfriend's not involved in this?
Yes, I'm sure.
Nothing?
No.
Didn't do anything? Didn't make any phone calls to have someone do this to your mom?
No.
No? She did not die of a heart attack? Okay, she was murdered. All right? And that's why. So this is no longer just a simple sudden death investigation. This is a homicide investigation. Someone killed your mom, and we need to get to the bottom of it as to what happened.
You see how his look is that of a look of somewhat surprised shock? And that would be because genius boy here, this dumb criminal, didn't think that they'd catch on that he strangled his mum with rope. He didn't think that they'd be able to tell the difference between that and slipping and falling and having a heart attack. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the name of this channel.
Who in this relation is this person to you?
She's nobody.
She's nobody?
Yeah, I'm Mercedes, the baby. I'm her mom.
That's why I thought it was odd when you mentioned that she meant nothing to you.
She doesn't like me. Well, didn't like me. Calls every 20 minutes to check on Mercedes.
She calls you every 20 minutes?
She calls him.
Is there a reason why she calls every 20 minutes?
She's just, I don't know, she's kind of a control freak.
It's officially been labeled as a homicide. Okay? And the reason we needed to talk to you again is just to go over what happened yesterday. We just need to know a few things. Number one, do you know who would have done this to her?
Anybody. She wasn't the best. I don't know, she wasn't the nicest person to have around.
And is there like a normal routine when she gets home? Is there anything that goes on when she normally gets home?
She yells at everybody.
She yells at them?
Oh yeah, she is insane. Like, she's crazy. You know, she gave me enough hell when she was alive, and she's dead now, and she's still giving me hell. I don't want to sound unreasonable. She just was not my favorite person.
Any reason why I should suspect that you might have been involved in Bev's death?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. I haven't slept. I was trying to get adoption from Mercedes.
Okay.
And that was really making me angry. She's like, oh yeah. She's just...
Did she not see you as a fit mother?
She decided that she hates me.
It is. You can't deny it.
Where is this proof that I know what happened? I don't understand. You have this like recorded, you have this written down. Yeah, but I didn't do anything. I don't know who did.
Well, I think that's where you're getting a little stuck on things, and it's okay.
That's what you think, or that's what you know?
No, that's what we know. It's amazing just how composed you guys are over the death of this one.
I don't know who did it. I don't think he did it.
Why don't you think Keshroy did it?
Because it's Keshroy.
Did you ever ask him?
Did I ask him if he killed his mom? No. I didn't think I had to. Hey man, did you kill your mom?
You think that's funny?
No, it's just
you
absurd.
You are one hard person. Do you know that? Do you know how f***ed up that sounds?
Maybe he did. I don't know. Ask him. Don't ask me, because I don't know what happened. Honestly, I would love to help you because I don't like you. I don't want to be here. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to listen to you. Trying to not yell at you is a challenge. I don't know what happened.
So the cops now know that these two DCs are going to stick to their plan. But these aren't normal cops. No. Are homicide squad detectives, so they're quite smart, and they are dealing with dumb criminals. And these smart detectives believe that these two DCs, if they do it, they will. And what do these detectives do? They put these two DCs into the same room. Boys and girls and girls and girls, what is here? And people would think, oh, come on, they can't be that stupid.
Oh my God.
No, it's emotions concern.
6 hours asking the same damn question.
You need to calm down, though.
I'm calm.
No, you're not. Why are you so angry?
Because I'm tired. Serious.
Yeah.
You didn't help. My friend told me.
Yeah, man. We've all been in the same scene. Our footprints are there together.
Shut up. I'm so loud. Man.
And they are the name of this channel.
Keshroy, can you come with me or talk to you in this room? And there'll be someone right in to interview you, okay?
Hi, you're Del? Hi, Del. My name's Peter.
Oh.
Did I just wake you up? Sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Now the thing is, the detective that's now talking to Keshroy has absolutely no idea what's on that recording. But he's definitely about to.
I didn't do anything to hurt my mom.
We can sit here and talk about this. You can say that as many times as you want.
Maybe I have no emotion, but it doesn't mean I hate my mom. Okay, I cry, but I hold in my pain. That is how I am. I hold in my emotion, I hold in my anger. I loved my mom. I may not have told her that. I didn't do it.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. Two versions of the same event.
You know, you're contradicting yourself because before, when you came in here all tough and throwing stuff in my face before I showed any emotion, you're quite intent on telling me that I did this.
Time's up, DC.
You're coming up for seconds, so I'll tell you.
Uh-oh, DC. I wonder what they've got. I wonder. Oh, DC's thinking, oh, this isn't very good. This isn't very good. Oh, maybe I should just go. He's thinking, where's Super Nagger when you need her? Now that homicide squad brings in the boss.
What happened that night? What went wrong? What made you snap? What made you go to that extent? Something must have just clicked in your head that just set you off. But it's like you're caught in the middle between your mom and Delmy, trying to make both happy.
Yeah.
And that's tough. Because you don't want to do anything to make your mom mad. You don't want to do anything to make your girlfriend mad. But she hated your mom, and you knew that.
Yeah, I did.
Well, Delmy, if she's not involved in this, then just tell us.
Actually, she does have a little bit of control.
In what way?
Emotionally.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dal is just angry. She's just angry all the time with everyone. And she doesn't like my mom at all. And she's just a very angry, dark person. And I guess I tried to make her different, but I really couldn't.
You see that? The longer he stays away from Delmy, the lesser her superpowers work.
I really can't tell you why I keep lying. Why I keep lying to cover up and protect her.
What happened that night?
My mom came home and I was outside. And I said hi to her, and she was just starting mad at me. And she didn't really say anything. She didn't really look at me. And as she's going towards the door, I just quickly turned around. I had the rope in my hands already, and I started strangling her. She fell on the spot where she landed.
How long did you keep that around her neck?
I have no idea until there was no more movement.
I have to tell you are going to be charged with murder.
I know that.
All right?
It's exactly what I deserve. My fault.
But it's not just your fault.
I think it's just my fault. If I never met her, never spoke with her, I would never actually have such thoughts in my mind. She hates my mom and she wishes she was dead. Didn't want her in her life. I honestly don't know how it came to me and I'm doing it.
Those superpowers are now gone.
She told me to make sure that I had protection to cover my arms in case there's a struggle or anything. And to make sure I had gloves.
Pre-mid, murder one, baby.
So did you change your clothes or do anything like that?
I had on a sweater. It was black. And then she just told me that in order to make it seem like we didn't do anything, we have to get my brother to come downstairs to say he found her mom.
So he had no idea what was going on?
No, he had no idea what was going on.
Okay. First come downstairs.
When I went downstairs, she told me to get rid of everything.
What did you do with the room?
I was sticking in a little hole in the couch.
Okay, what did you do with the gloves?
I pulled them off. It's all inside this. All in one of these RDB frames. All inside that VHS. I told her that's my mom's all in her life. And
what did she say?
She was actually smiling.
She's smiling?
Yeah, she said you actually did.
Now let's go check out the soup.
So obviously some things have changed. You suggested to him that things would be a lot easier if his mother was dead. So he's given us a full confession. Why would he drag you into this?
Maybe
if you didn't have involvement.
Maybe he's mad.
Could he have misunderstood what you were saying?
Misunderstood what? That she's a bitch? How do you misunderstand she's a bitch from running?
Well, you told me earlier that you wanted her dead.
Of course I wanted her dead.
I told you.
No, he didn't.
He told you. He came down into the basement with the murder weapon. You watched him hide it. You watched him hide the gloves he wore. You told him to wear a long sleeve shirt.
And now you're about to see why she's a DC.
Did you say, if I were going to do something like that, I would wear a long sleeve shirt?
No, I would never say go put on a black shirt, a long sleeve shirt, or even. I don't know. Do you think I like being here? Do you think I like you?
So, how did it all end up? Well, with Keshroy not being around the super nagger, he got some strength back, and in his trials, he actually pointed the bony finger at her. The first time, it was a hung jury, so a mistrial, and the second time, he got found guilty. And now the cops are going to come after Delmy. But you see, those cops, they still didn't understand that Delmy had a superpower. So old Super Nagger, without seeing Keshroy or having any contact whatsoever with him, made Keshroy shut his mouth, retract his statement, and take the blame. And that really is a superpower. She's still using her powers for evil. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get a partner who starts nagging you about killing a mum, remember Keshroy, remember the Super Nagger, and remember this channel. Because if you don't get rid of that Super Nagger, you might just end up here, and all of us thinking, God, you're gum. And that brings us to the end of this lesson on DC soups. So, always remember, soups are real. If you'd like more lessons, please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. In fact, share it with your friends to make sure that they learn as well. Until next time, beware of the DC soups. Why it is that I'm here. The Safe Bars Project, this global community project that we are raising funds to place into Queenstown, Aotearoa, a community safety model for the hospitality industry. This is a first of its type. And what the community safety model does is it makes it heaps safer for anyone that is drinking or going out in those bars, in those safe bars, especially our wahine, because it is a zero tolerance policy that becomes the culture of those bars, of those safe bars. So it will reduce sexual harassment to sexual assault and violence within the hospitality industry. Now, to explain it, because a lot of the stuff is research and just stuff that's really, really boring, what I'll do is I'll use John Wick. And what we are raising funds for in this project is building of the world's first continentals. And that's where a system of protocols and policies are enforced, not just by the staff of the continentals, but by the people who visit them. And the breaking of the rules of any of the policies of the continental are heavily enforced. And that is so that everyone visiting these safe bars, these continentals, is as safe as they can be. And whoever breaches those rules within these continentals, within safe bars, then they are excommunicated. And we're not as full on as what they are in the WIC. That just means that they never get back into the continental, and that those policies and protocols are adopted and enforced by all of the continentals, no matter where they are. That is what the Safe Bars Community Project basically is. So every single time that you purchase our merch, that is exactly what you are doing. You are helping in creating the world's first continental. And as far as it goes, out of all of your friends, I bet that nobody's doing something that cool. So that is basically the project, Safe Bars, the Global Community Project, that I am on and that we are raising funds to be able to place in. Sign up, become part of the team, become part of the project team, Safe Bars, and help build these continentals.